All right, we're back. It's been 3 months since this channel got hacked, and I just got it back last night. So I'm excited to do a live stream. I'm excited to get going again here on That Works Too. This is our sister channel to That Works. I like to call it my playground. It's where I get to do live streams like this. It's where I get to do some shorts. I do some fun cut down edits and a lot of behind the scenes videos, and I'm really happy to have this back. It seems like it's been a lifetime since I got hacked, but it's only been 3 months. It was hell to get it back. I had basically given up all hope. And funny story real quick before we get started on engraving is that like I said, I did all the appeals back and forth, tons of different appeals, like begging for it back. It should have been really obvious. There was a trademark claim, and hey, what's up? Just making sure you can hear me. Double check. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. So, channel got hacked. I've been waiting around, trying everything I could to get it back. I'd given up. I hadn't done anything for about a month. Awesome. And a sponsor reached out for our main channel to, start working with us again. And they referred me to someone who specializes in getting accounts back and account security and all that. So I reached out to him on Instagram and we started talking, and he said basically the only way that you're going to get this back is if you make a real ruckus on Twitter, which I'm not really a Twitter person, or X, whatever you want to call it, but that's what I did. I went to Twitter. I started, causing a storm, as much as I do. Not really causing a storm, but I basically said, what's going on? I got my monetized channel right back, but I haven't got my non-monetized channel, and this is bullshit and stuff like that. And it ended up that making a public outcry, if you will, on Twitter is what ended up getting it back. So now that we've addressed that, I'm going to address what I'm doing today. So yesterday I forged this cross, and I inlaid a piece of copper in the middle of it. No big deal to people who do this all the time, but I've never done like a complex shape inlay like this before. And then I started engraving and chasing some shape into it to make it kind of look like a scroll. So today what I need to do is clean this up a bit, and then it gets some lettering in the middle. If you're familiar with history, biblical history, if you will, there was 4 letters, INRI, on the sign they mounted to the cross, and that was basically saying Jesus of Nazareth, here lies Jesus of Nazareth, I believe, something like that. Not here lies, but King of the Jews kind of thing. So I don't really have any statements about this. I just wanted to make a cross, and as I got into it, see, I drilled a hole. So this piece of copper I forged out, this will go through the hole, and this will become a ring, and then these narrow parts will like kind of look like knot work to terminate the ring. But before we get to that, we got to finish up the cross. So I got my pitch pot. This is filled with black pitch, black tar pitch, I believe pine tar. So use a heat gun, you heat this up a little, press my work into it, and that gives us a nice stable thing to start working on. So initially what I need to do is I need to sand a bunch more and just clean up my chased lines that I did. Looks pretty good. Really happy with this. It's kind of chunky. Be really heavy. Looks like something maybe a friar would wear. Good old Friar Tuck. But that's what I'm gonna do. I can't have the heater. It's really cold here today. I can't have the heater and the heat gun running at the same time, so I'll be turning my heat off and on. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm excited to be doing this work. I'm excited to be back on this channel. The main channel stuff has been slow. We got a bunch of videos in the queue, and I've just been honestly, I've just been kind of like in shutdown mode, just upset about this whole situation, and having this channel back, I feel inspired again. We got some basic tools that I'll be using today. I'll be using engravers. It's hard for this camera to focus on small things, but we got engravers. We also have chasing tools, which are polished versions of gravers. They're just nice and smooth, so I can push the metal around instead of, the gravers are going to be removing metal, and then these polished chisels will push it, not remove it. So I can push the copper, which is very soft, and push it around to where I need it to be. Shouldn't have to do too much more of this, maybe a little cleanup here and there, but I'm going to start with just using some sanding sticks. These are really nice. You can get these on Amazon. I recommend any craftsman to get these. They're just really nice. As you like wear them, you just scooch up, and there's like a belt that goes around it. You just scooch up and keep getting fresh grit. You can get them from like 80 grit all the way up to like 1200 grit, I think. So I'm gonna start with what I believe is a 220 grit, maybe a 120. Clean up some of my surfaces, and then I'm gonna get to hammering some detail. But what I really want to do is I want to answer your guys' questions. If you guys have any questions about blacksmithing, bladesmithing, what happened to the channel, what's going on, what we got going on, what you're working on, if you need some advice, anything like that while we're working, live chat is popped up. Feel free to ask questions, or I'm just going to keep blabbering. So to start, I'm going to turn the heater off. Use my heat gun and warm up this pitch. And then I can press my cross or whatever it is I'm working on right into it. If you're just tuning in, all Q&A is welcome. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm here to hang out while I work on this super cold day. And I'll try to show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I don't have a multicam set up right now, but I will eventually. So basically, you just push that work in while the pine tar essentially is kind of liquefied. You can push it around, kind of capture your piece. I'm not pushing this super deep because I'm going to be taking it in and out a bunch. You can see it sits in here. A viewer challenge? I'd be game to do a viewer challenge. You got an idea for that? I was thinking about having a contest for something simple like t-shirt design. Like whoever designs the best t-shirt gets a knife or something. I was thinking about doing that. This kind of has to cool down for a minute before you work on it. It's a very cold day, so it's not going to take very long. So now that that's off, we can turn the heater back on. Whew. Whew. Very cold. Very, 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 very cold here today. Throw some ones in the chat if you are a crafty person, you make stuff. Whether it be blacksmithing or costuming, woodworking, just curious. Or if you're, put some twos in the chat if you're just a fan of that kind of stuff but you don't really dabble in it. So once again, I'm going to start by using the sanding stick, and I'm just going to kind of scratch away and smooth over some of my engraving lines. 1-1. Ah, cool. I've always felt like our crowd that watches our videos, whether they are crafty people or if they're just always wanted to be a crafty person, like I feel like the spirit of our main channel is people who are into working with their hands, and I've always thought that was really cool. Obviously with the knife making and the blade making and stuff, and the blacksmithing and all that, we try to teach people a lot of different tricks, and not just tricks, just methods. There's no real tricks in all of this. There's some secrets that get passed down that I'd say can qualify as a trick, but for the most part, it's just methods. So I always felt good that, you know, we're not showing off. I think because a lot of your older videos and some newer ones too are instructional. Yeah, and even like our ones that aren't, like our Your Edge series is built for instructional stuff. But even in the entertaining videos where we make something from anime or comic books or whatever, we've always tried to add something to those videos that every craftsman will be like, oh, okay, that's super cool. Like some little moment in there where you go, oh, that's how they do it. I never thought about that. So it's always been a big to me and Ilya to do that, and moving forward, I definitely want to keep that kind of spirit up. I've never really put it on a t-shirt or used it as a marketing slogan, but I've always felt like that works, and that works too. Is not about look at what we can do, it's look what you can do. And I've always felt like that was really important, to like leave people with a, oh man, I can give that a try. Because honestly, like guys, I had never done any inlay at all, right? Yesterday was my first try, and I got it to work. And I did that literally by watching Ilya do it over the years. And just like you guys have watched him do things over the years, and I know some people are going to give that stuff a try. It works for me. I know it's going to work for you. By the way, we don't have to limit the chat to just like blacksmithing and maker questions. If you guys want to talk about some cool stuff, I saw a couple cool trailers that came out. I'm kind of excited for Rebel Moon, see what that's going to be like. Dune 2 Part 2 should be interesting. If you guys want to talk about some pop culture stuff, I'm down for that too. Anybody watched any good movies lately? I watched kind of one I had never heard of on accident the other day. It was a Jake Gyllenhaal movie. Hey everyone, what's up, Morpheus? Jake Gyllenhaal starred in this movie by, I think it was it Christopher? No. It was the guy who did Snatch. What the heck is his name? Guy Ritchie. It was a Guy Ritchie film about. Oh man. Can I scroll back? I'm working on learning engraving for the YouTube Viking Challenge that Dennis Tyrell is running in January, and it's tough. Yeah, it is tough. The thing about engraving is you literally get better with every one you do. Every little thing you engrave, you get better. Every cut you make, you understand more. I highly recommend, like, I just popped this out of the pitch before I started working. This is just like a bar of steel that I put in my pitch pot and I played with. Will the thing focus? Look, I got flowers, some crappy scrolls, then I did like a flame pattern. And then once I'm done, once I fill up all the space on this, I just sand it back flat and start over. Start scratching some more lines. The reason I do things like this cross project, it's not like some grand idea I had. It's literally to force myself to do the work. So for me, sometimes I don't do these little scratch projects. Sometimes I can't get motivated to just scratch random lines. So I try to make a finished product that's within my capabilities, maybe pushes me a little bit. Like this definitely pushed me. Like I had never done inlay. And the way, I'll do a little YouTube short that I'll probably do tonight on this. You literally shape your piece of copper or silver or gold or whatever it is that you're going to inlay. You shape it. For me, I just used the shape of the head of a rivet. And then I turned it into kind of a scroll pattern. Then I put it down. I sharpied the whole surface. And then I just used a scribe to scribe the outside. And then I chiseled all of that material away, created a dovetail along the sides, annealed the piece of copper, pushed it on, and then hammered it back into the dovetail. And then it's locked there forever. So really cool. I think I missed a chat. 2, but I have family member that does jewelry, mostly rings, and is slowly teaching me things. Awesome. I love that. I've been using old lawnmower blades for practice because so many people give them to me because logically you would make good knives. Yeah. You don't need to learn how to engrave into hardened steel though. It's actually really advanced. So what is the Dennis Tyrell Viking Challenge? I don't think I saw that. I just saw him up at Makers Camp in October. We shared a space, a tent, where we were in the Broadbeck Ironworks tent making things and hung out a little bit. I don't know why him and I don't interact that much, but honestly, I really like him. And when we both tested for Journeyman Smith last year or the year before last together. And I told him, but I don't think he really paid attention to what I was saying, but his videos on his Journeyman Smith stuff, because he was a little ahead of me in making his stuff, he was putting videos out as I was working on mine as well, really helped me. Really helped me in some ways with just like kind of see how somebody else was going through the same process. That looks pretty good. I got one little rough spot. I'll be hammering and chiseling in any moment now. Promise. I had a couple little places I dug in too deep with the chisel that I'm just trying to get out. If you're just tuning in, Q&A is open. All topics are a go. I'm just excited to be back here hanging out with everybody on this channel. Just got it back last night. All right. I think I'm gonna try to round that a little bit right here. It's gonna take a little bit of figuring out exactly how I want to do the lettering. I don't know if I have a fine tip Sharpie. I do. What'd you just say? I just missed it. It's a series he's been doing where there's a theme like Viking or Samurai or Chopper or Fantasy, and he gets like 20 YouTube channels or so to participate in it, and viewers can participate too. People like Brian House, Old Hickory Forge, Blackbeard Projects are all some of the participating channels. Yeah, for whatever reason, he never reached out to me about it. There's prizes too. I feel like you do good in the challenge. Yeah, I would be. I'd be game to do some of that stuff. I think in the past people think that we just focus on bigger videos, but I'd be way happy to participate in some challenges. Hit him up. Hit him up on his channel and tell him that I'd be interested in playing, and he's just got to reach out and let me know they exist. I just gotta know they're there. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. And you can see I got... It's really hard to see. Okay. So I got kind of like some it looks like folded fabric or folded paper, like a scroll, right? So now I'm gonna use a fine tip Sharpie, and I'm gonna use this cutter, and I'm gonna come in here and put my lettering in. I think because how small it is, I'm gonna do the I, the N, the R, and the I like that, not like traditionally you see it across. I think I'm gonna do INRI space differently. That's my plan. See how it works. By the way, I just got some Rise coffee. I don't know if anybody's given that a try. Put a 1 in the chat if you tried the Rise coffee yet. It's a mushroom-based coffee. It's super interesting. So far, I do like it. Supposed to be all kinds of different benefits from it. We shall see if that's true. One thing you guys don't know me, you have not. One thing you guys might not know about me is I have horrible handwriting. So figurative stuff I do really well on. But when it comes to writing letters, it's horrible. I had very nice cursive, But cursive doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Can you see that? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Not quite happy with it though, so I'm just gonna. By the way, if you're just tuning in, $1.50 a cup seems a lot for shitty coffee. I mean, $1.50 a cup is pretty cheap. I don't think it's shitty, by the way. It tastes really good. It's really creamy. Tastes kind of like a latte. And it's, super, lots of benefits. Whatever. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Alright. Well, I have all kinds of sanding sticks. Tons of those. So I'm going to sand up a couple grits before I start. I think this is 800 grit. He's talking about other coffee, not the mushroom stuff. Oh, okay. It's interesting. I'll let you know. This is only day 2 of me trying it, so I'm not going to sit here and sing its praises. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've had some digestive issues, and I've been trying all kinds of stuff, so I thought, why not give it a go? Why not? My plan is for this cross to be available for sale if any of you guys are interested. And I assume everybody here knows that we were hacked and I just got the channel back last night. But if you don't, when you're done watching this live stream, you can do me a major solid by just watching some videos. Don't put a playlist on and let it run, because actually YouTube will ding me for that and delete a bunch of views. But if you want to watch some of the podcast videos, they're kind of long and it really helps me kind of get back on my feet on this channel. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome to have your support. It's not mandatory. You don't have to. Okay. I need to just bite the bullet and get these letters on there because I don't want to spend all day on this, and I want to show you guys how to do the copper ring. Oh, I'm cold. Alright, let's just bite the bullet and get this done. I think maybe it should be, the letters should be cocked a little. Maybe not that much. No, I don't like that. Skirt. Maybe I do like that. Open. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I do like that. Not quite that much though. I didn't really advertise this live stream. I just went live just to see what would show up. Also, I'm recording a video later about making a slip joint folder from part of a knife that snapped. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into folders much. I really, really want to. Do you have a decent sized channel, dude? Call me ignorant. I honestly don't know. I apologize. But I'll check it out after this live stream. Okay. This is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one. I can already tell you that's not the one. First line in, not the one. Okay, this is gonna be the one. As a knife maker, YouTube person. How's this for a title? Turning a mistake into the best knife I've ever made. Yeah, that's awesome. That's one thing that I don't do is I don't do like catchy titles. And I probably should. I don't like that either. Damn. Actually, tomorrow is 1 year since my first video. Nice. You watch a couple of my videos, and I promise after this live stream, I will go watch a couple of yours. Alright, I do think I want to do them slightly italic, slightly. Not that italic. Alright, this is the one. No, it's not. What a live stream. Maybe I should just black out the whole thing and scribe the letters so that I can just Sharpie over it. Once. Just do it. I'll just do it. It'll be great, right? Probably have to sharpen my cutter real quick. I was cutting in steel earlier. It's gonna be kind of loud for just a second as I sharpen this graver. Well, it won't be that loud. Okay, so here's the graver I'm going to use. It's super hard to get it to focus. Let me see the bigger version of the same shape. There's a really big version of the same shape. So it has a V bottom like a boat, and then a triangle, V bottom, triangle. Really hard to see. You never know that from the snazzy 20-minute videos. That is true. That is true. So I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to go right into this. I've never done anything even close to lettering. Just to let you know. So far, so good. We'll see. It's gonna be really hard to see, actually. I'll show you this way. Just scratching some little letters on a little thing. You can't really see it. Sorry. We're just on a cell phone right now. I probably shouldn't do it with this cutter. I should probably just use a straight cutter and just make little straight lines, but this is... Now the curvedness of the R is going to be interesting. Kind of worked. Looks like an R. Looks like an R. Looks like an R. Okay. All right. I bet now that I've done this, I should go back over the first letter. I think I got more aggressive as I went on. Yeah, I did. I got a little more aggressive as I went on. This R can be a little more pronounced. All right. My scribble scrabble looks like it kind of worked. scrabbly, but it's pretty good. Let's see, did I miss any live chat? Wait a minute, how'd you get the stream horizontal? I thought you could only do that with a fancy computer setup. Actually, with your phone, it makes you do that. With your phone, it won't even allow you to go up and down. Looking good. It is looking pretty good. Just want to sand any little burrs off the top. One thing I do want to do real quick, I think, is add a little more texture to the steel. Don't really have a great cutter for that. This will work. Maybe. That makes pretty bright cuts. Maybe we just use the peen of this one. I don't want to do that. Do I? Alright. It's hard to see, but we got our scrolly work in there. We got our letters in there. You can probably really see it if we darken the letters, maybe. Maybe. Oh yeah, it's mirrored too, isn't it? Pop this out. Bada bing. You can see how the pitch conformed to the shape. Held it in there. Kind of cool. I upset the ends. Now you can see this whole. So my plan now is to use that piece of copper. Highly annealed. You know what? Last time I didn't do. So I got this piece of copper. You can see how it's thick in the middle and it has these narrow ends. Last time I didn't bend them hard to one side, and I think I should pre-do that. Little beanbag. I need to go get a plastic hammer. I'll be right back. Okay, tools acquired. I got scrolling tongs and I got a neoprene hammer. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing, can you? Slide this over. Slide this up. Okay, so I'm just bending this cut around like a ring, and then I'm gonna start tying these through. I'm happy with it. off center. Open that up just a little bit. There we go. So we got a ring, copper ring, two little things pointing out. See how they are, top and bottom. So now I'm gonna pinch the closed, close to closed. And then I'm gonna start tucking them through, which is a bit of a pain in the butt when they're this long. So I kind of bend them up. Here's your scrolling tongs to scroll them through. Up. Yield. There is a chance that it breaks when you go a little crazy with this. I'm just kind of folding it through as I go. Just folding it through. Doesn't look like much. Kind of hard to show you guys without a cameraman here helping me. Tuck it through. You can do some of it with your fingers. Some of it you need some tongs. You just want to create a look like lacing. If you feel the copper starting to get like really hard to bend, you can definitely go anneal it again. You can. You should go anneal it again. Which I might have to do shortly.